the City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 243 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. That's right. We're back. It's how it's done. 2 days later, you know how it works. We always want to cover it afterward. We want to get you the previews. And we've got so much amazing news that we just can't stay away. So welcome back, everybody, to another edition. Bam, Tony, how you guys doing tonight? Start with Bam. You go, Bam. You got it.
Yeah, going all right. Interesting game yesterday, so it was good to see us get back on the park, get 3 points, which we'll talk about later. The press conference before the game was really good. It was an 8 a.m. start for me here, so I got to watch that. Other than that, just plodding along. Looking forward to the FFA Cup, or now the Australian Cup, starting off. They had the draw for the final 32 the other day, which is an open draw, so anyone could get anyone. Doesn't matter what zone you are and all that. So it was good to see an actual cup draw.
Right. It's always fun. I love cup draws because little teams, big teams, smaller teams get to host. I love how Australia does that. I wish most countries would play it that way. Let the small team host, let them make the money for the day. It's all good. It helps everybody in the process. And
exactly, because you look at it like, out of everything, an MLS team versus a non-MLS team, who can afford to travel the most? An MLS team.
Right.
Yeah, so here in Australia, A-League team versus non-A-League team. A-League team must travel. So there's a couple of those games coming up. But there are also 3 games that are pure A-League teams. So there'll be 3 less A-League teams going forward. So which will be interesting.
Less competition down the line. That works. Excellent. Tony, I see you look busy over there. You look a little tired after last night. Couldn't blame you with the noise you were generating. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. I'm hoping I don't sound like a robot tonight. And just having fun. Like I said, yesterday was a big, I felt it was like the longest day of the year with all the news that was going on today or yesterday, and more news to come. So yeah.
It is amazing how things will move around nice and slow, right? For LAFC news. Games, couple things, couple rumors, to now it's like massive news every hour. Something else wild is going on. Another rumor's flying. People are traveling. Press conferences we're trying to catch on to. Hey, we got real this time. It's legit. Now it's fun. Now it's the crazy time. You're the top team in the league. You're building to be even stronger. If you're not excited now, you'll never will be. If you're not happy now, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, this is probably, outside of lifting a trophy, this is as good as it gets, right, for football. All the anticipation, games are coming quick. It's a great time to be an LAFC supporter, that's for certain. So let's get into it. Let's have fun with it. For all of our listeners, everybody contributing with the comments, we see them already popping off. We're definitely going to get to you guys after we get some breaking news out of the way, the match replay, then we'll get it from you guys because we love hearing from you. So fire away. You got questions, we got answers. You know how that works. And give us your reactions as well. And if you haven't given Bam your player ratings, it never hurts to throw it up there as well. So let's go for it. Bam. Some official news, right? Finally, sounds official.
Yes. Finally, the Vela is staying. The contract is finally done, so it's good to see that he'll be staying around till 2024, so end of 2023.
Yeah. He's getting paid pretty well again too, right? So
yeah, he's got the DP again. So, and the way he played on the weekend, he does deserve the DP. Just got to keep playing that way. You're getting paid the DP now. You've confirmed you're getting paid the DP. Keep playing like a DP player.
Yeah, and the sacrifices he makes, I'm starting to see him get stuck in a little bit more now, right? A little not reckless, but willing to take the hit, take the sacrifice, and get moving, which is good on him. Also, his investment with the fans is looking a little bit differently now. He made sure to applaud the crowd on the way out, including the 32-52. Pretty close range for him. Usually he's kind of cut and go. So it's nice to see a little bit more. We need him in a sha-la-la, though. I will keep saying that. He better do that eventually. We need that. It's essential. Even Giorgio does it. So, yeah, definitely Carlos Vela needs to get into one of those.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying it till he does. So, yeah.
I can see that he might not want to do it until he lifts a cup. He might want to save for the special moment as his first one, which, if that's what he's doing, all credit to him.
The dramatic Carlos Vela. There it is. He wants the Hollywood ending. We'll give him the Hollywood ending. That works too. Too funny. Too funny. Perfect. So other news, of course, was the Chiellini press conference. Tony, you got a good chance to check it out to see what was going on. Boy, he had a long day, didn't he?
Yeah, as you could see in his picture, you can literally track him when he was going to land in LAX. Our buddy Bam, pretty much in the wee morning, pretty much, this is when he's landing, what terminal, what everything. Unfortunately, with this such big signing as him, he was not made available to the public. It was more of like a snatch and go, back doors and everything like that, to straight directly to the press conference, which was delayed because, of course, we're in LA and he's coming in at 1:30, so traffic is a BICTH.
Yeah, I also understood that he did have to get his physical as well in that short amount of time. So they took care of that too to make sure we can clear him as soon as possible and there's no delays. So he had a lot of work to do the minute he got off that plane. Poor guy. But as you see, he was all smiles. He took it in stride and was clearly enjoying himself throughout the day with everything going on. And I gotta say, nice suit. He was dressed for the part, so good on him for doing that. Color a little bit questionable, but still is a nice suit, I must say. I'm just saying, something happening next week that triggers me when I see blue. I can't help it. But good on him. Good on him being at the stadium, being present for everybody. This is all the right things, and we knew that coming in, that it's the kind of guy he was, which is, I think, one of the reasons why the club was so happy to get him in, because they know he's a leader, they know he's a team player, they know how much he cares about the fan base. He loves it. He's totally sold on it, and as you guys heard, this has been going on since January, the conversations. So this isn't something that out of the blue, hey, let's go get that guy. It's been a process. Yes, losing to Northern Macedonia was, I think, the big trigger, but still, it was in there. He had the interest, and so now we are lucky. We have another player. I'm also impressed by the way he was talking about his other teammates in the press conference, and joking like, where do I fit in with all these talented players? I thought it was pretty cool of him to say, but it also understands that you understand that he's doing his homework. I think he made a comment that he's pretty much watched every game this year since getting involved with it. So he's doing his homework. He's ready to go. He's telling us that he's ready to go for next week. As soon as he's cleared, he wants to play. Good. Give it. Love it. We should be happy about that. That's for certain. Congrats to Casey Garcia as well. And thank you, Casey, for coming on with Tony on, was it Tuesday, right? Tuesday, to talk about Chiellini and his history at Juve. I know you didn't cry, Casey, but I know there must have been so much joy with everything that went down. So good on you, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the Juve supporters in our ranks that get this chance.
Watch the video and you see how nervous he gets. Everybody was nervous. I was talking to a lot of our boys who were lucky enough to be able to be part of the press conference, and they were extremely nervous. Now, mind you, like, all of us have seen most of these players up close and personal, from B-Rod to Chicho to everybody, but a caliber player like Chiellini is a whole nother world. So they were all nervous. They were all like, is this really happening? And this am I going to say something dumb? I don't want to make myself look stupid. It's this whole thing. They were all starstruck, as everyone should be, and the whole stadium showed up as it. You see, like, as you were joking with us, this is the last time you'll see a LAFC 1.0.
Yeah, this is a new edition of LAFC. We've now graduated to another stage. And last night was our homecoming, pretty much. This was our last chance under that environment. And I'm not being negative about this. I'm just being real. We're going to experience something next week that we've never experienced before. Yes, Carlos Vela is a huge player, but he's not a global brand. He's an MLS brand, right? CONCACAF. World level? No. These two guys, international players, known around the world. Different level. Not just talking skill set, just popularity. And so these guys, especially Bale, is a household name. You're going to see people come out of the woodwork. You're already seeing it. I'm sure some people are asking you for tickets already. Get ready for the madness. Prepare for it. It's going to be nuts. Going to tailgate, trust me, there's going to be cameras. It is how it is. We will grow with it, hopefully in the right way. Enjoy it for what it is. Have fun with it. But yes, it's going to be different. You could tell there was something different at the game against Dallas last night. There was a different level of energy in the crowd, even across everywhere in the crowd. There was a different vibe. You could feel it. I could feel it. It was a little bit louder. The players seemed to be performing at a different level. Like they were pushing hard. There's this nervous anticipation, and it's gonna be rather interesting next week when the press conference happens, when all that happens. You're now moved to a different level, and you're gonna be under a bit of a microscope as well, because the world is now watching, which is kind of cool. I must admit, it is really cool to see. So, congratulations to all involved, but we've now graduated to another stage of LAFC. That is for certain. Tony, do you want to add anything else for breaking news? Anything else going down we need to know about?
Nothing new. Again, there is another press conference coming up soon. We have no details on it just yet, but as big as Chiellini is, we're also getting another big player coming in, which we all know is Bale, and the shockiness of that. So expect that to be crazy. And again, I know we still have Vancouver, and Vancouver is still no walk in the park. But our next home game, I'm expecting the tailgates to be packed, even though it's a Friday, because I can see a lot of people asking for PTOs that day.
Guilty as charged. I legit. The other thing is you're going to notice a lot of people going to the game that aren't even actually getting inside. That could be happening too. Who knows? Might get lucky. Might find a ticket. It's going to be one of those. So it is going to be fun. It's going to be wild. Press conferences. I know there's a press conference apparently going down tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that's just preview for the Vancouver match. Just before they get on the plane and get out of town to go take business in Vancouver. But you never know, right? What could be said. The Bale press conference, we don't have any information yet, but remember how Carlos Vela, when that went down, we pretty much took over Expo Park, right? Huge crowds, all that madness. I don't know what the club's going to do for Bale, but I could only imagine it has to be big because of the gravity of the situation. So again, I wish nothing but the best for our staff, because right now they're spinning right now. They got a lot to get taken care of before all this happens. So good on them for putting the work in. That's for certain. All right, so I guess it's time to talk some football, right? That's what we do best. So let's get into the energetic match that was the LAFC versus FC Dallas match last night. I again went into that knowing that we were going to be playing a team that's kind of a Bob clone, kind of an us clone. A lot of similarities in the lineup. We talked about that already, and I think it's safe to say they lived up to the hype and gave it to us as much as we gave it to them. And the lineups were pretty similar as to what we were going with. Of course, we stuck with our 4-3-3, but we talked about rotation. We talked about former Dallas players on our lineup. And guess what? That's exactly what we got to see. Hollingshead got the start at right back. Rio and Ibiaga, the trusted ones at the moment, as Bam was talking last time, stay where they needed to, and we also see Palacios where he needs to be. Midfield was interesting with Cifuentes, Sanchez, and Acosta, which is kind of I think is our typical anyway when everybody's at full strength. But you had to expect Acosta to start for this one because, again, he's facing a former club, right? He was raised there. Like, it's a part of his history. So he got that shot. And up top, Musovski, Arango, and Vela. We all knew that B-Rod came up as questionable, so it made perfect sense. When a player's listed as questionable at LAFC means they don't play. We have enough depth that we don't have to play players on a questionable. They get a rest. So our lineup was pretty typical as to what was available. It was nice to see Moose get out there. He had good news for the day for us as well, and we'll cover that in the highlights under Tony. FC Dallas, not surprising as well. Pais was in goal. You had Tuamasi at right back, Hedges and Burgess in the middle. Farfan, of course, on the left side. Yes, our former Farfan, doing what he does, bombing up, but now he had to play head-to-head against Hollingshead, so that was rather cool to see. In the mid was Pomcal, Cerillo, and Cervenia, and then up top was Ferreira, and then on the right wing, O'Brien, left wing, Ariola. Again, we know how O'Brien and Ariola like to switch, so no shock there. They were pretty dynamic like we are up top, and they proved that throughout this match, that this was going to be a back and forth affair. I think what was surprising to most is as things kicked off, they didn't hold back and they came at us. They were not dropping low. It was going to be a slugfest. Let quality win the day, and so it proved to be a pretty exciting back and forth affair. Which brings it to you, Tony. What were our big highlights for the day?
So the big highlights of the game was just like an overall, like, again, the atmosphere was ecstatic. And you can even tell that in the goals. Like, we usually get maybe one or two of these goals a game, but these goals were, sorry to say, the last time I think I saw these kind of like impactful, like, energy goals was probably the Carson playoff game. If I'm going to be honest, because it's like that energy in the stadium. That's how it was, because it's just, again, different energy in the stands. It was the first time I've ever seen the Wave done in the stadium, which I'm torn because it's not supporter culture kind of style. But again, we are the US and we have our own supporter kind of culture in general in all our sports, and that's part of it. So US, yay.
You mean, Tony, you didn't want an NASL flashback crowd? You didn't
No,
want that?
I did not want that.
Yeah. I think the last time we saw an actual, like, legit working wave, because this was a clean wave, I must admit. It was clean. Everybody was sharp. It looked good if you like waves. Not a big wave guy, supporter culture and all that. But hey, you know what? If they're engaged, be engaged. I'm sure Chiellini loved it as well. As like, yep, I'm in America. Here we go. I think the last time we had on that good was season 1, like home match number 2. I mean, it's been a long time since it got like that. So
exactly.
Good, good on the crowd. It's fine. I know I'm going to be a little Debbie Downer because it just looks funky. But hey, if you're engaged, you're enjoying the game, who am I to judge, man? Have a good time with it. You got to let that emotion out somewhere. Might as well learn a song or two while you're at it. But it's all cool if everybody sings.
That's the gateway. That's the gateway. That's the gateway drug to get them into them singing. So let them have that once they start learning. But
exactly. So big moments, turning points. I think the first one, 23rd minute, is one that's making me very, very happy to see, because you know how we talk about all our stats and all the weird, interesting records that we do.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in the 23rd, sir?
Moose was on the loose, as Philly would like to say, and shot a beautiful, like, one-timer, if I remember correctly, rewatching the game again, into the, like, back of the net. It was a nice, like, strike as well, and also a nice pass in general from Cifuentes.
Yeah, it was Cifuentes. I'm watching the replay because when you're in the north end, you don't get the greatest view. You don't. I see development right as best I can while I'm waving a giant flag. I mean, sometimes it just don't work that well for observing a match, but we all check it on the replays and watch the match. Bam was doing it right while we came on today, watching the full thing. So, yes, we do this, people. And that play right there for Sifu, he had two good options, right? The other option probably wouldn't have scored if you look at it, but it was a clean option. He could have created a threat, and he just waited a few seconds longer than many are comfortable doing before he released to Moose. And dude, no question for Moose. He did not hesitate. He knew he had a shot at this. He was not going to hold back. And man, he made it look nice. Real nice for Moose. Good on him coming off the bench, not getting total regular play time, and now he gets in and he takes advantage of it. Thanks for making Dolo's job that much harder, Moose. Keep doing it. Everyone in the lineup, make his job hard by performing the way you did. It's good on everybody. Of course, it keeps going. We had control of this match at this point. It looked good, looked clean. We're not giving them good looks on goal. We get a foul at the top of the box. Tony, do you want to explain what went down in the 38th minute?
So off a set piece free kick off the top, it's Farfan and Ferreira on the ball. And pretty much Max kind of cheated a little bit because he thought Farfan was going to take it. And they pull the old switcheroo where Farfan fakes to run to it and then pulls back. And Ferreira he hits it with the right precision. Mind you, this is why Ferreira is touted as the next person Dallas is going to sell to Europe, because of how well this ball was executed, because there's so much the ball hit, the placement of it, and the dip in it, because once Max was caught off pretty much like cheating, it just dipped down and put it in, and we were tied 1-1 into the half.
Yeah, I mean, he cheated. He took the step out thinking a cross was going to get whipped in, and Ferreira hit it absolutely perfect. I mean, you might want to bring it over a 2 feet or more, but that's about it. But it can't get much better. He put it right underneath the bar. Yes, Max was caught a step out. He knew he got a caught step out. You saw how he reacted to it. He got fooled on the play. That's exactly what he did. We all know, though, guys, when Max has an error, the next day he's lights out. So sorry, Vancouver. He's going to be pissed off as a homecoming. Yeah. So, yeah, tough one on him. They get the goal. But, of course, LAFC is going to LAFC. We don't ever let it get to us. We just keep playing our game. It plays itself out, the good back and forth. Like I said, they maintained possession at times. It was a good overall game. You got to admit, both sides had their moments. It was a good overall game. Get to the second half. Tony, big moments of the second half.
So, again, we're having this argument because Chicho had a beautiful goal, but I think it was a pass to the open man that was open on the side, because if you watch the play, there is one of our players, I forget who it was, that was there to do the little tap in, but it was nicely placed, soft touched goal into the right hand corner for Chicho to score his, I think now his 4th goal in 4 games since he's been on this scoring streak.
He's flying right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and that puts us up 2-1, and it's just the crowd's going crazy. We're all like, just again, energy is the word of the day.
I mean, I'm right in front of the play. Y'all know where I stand. At first, it looked like the ball was going to roll wide. It really did have the vibe that, that thing's going to spin itself out, right? You'd expect it has a little bit of rotation on it. It's gonna pull wide. And then, because the grass is nice and wet right there, it didn't do it. It just spun along. I know the debate was he passing across? When I'm looking at him taking the shot and I'm looking at his eyes, he was looking at goal. He was definitely looking for the shot. Did he execute it the way he wanted to? No, I think he flubbed it slightly and didn't get as much pace as he wanted. But he still made the proper contact to score. So good on him for making it happen. And the hot streak continues. When it works, it works. It doesn't have to be clean when you're on a scoring streak like he is on. Things just kind of fall into place when you have these streaks. So good on him. It happened. He put the ball away. We get to celebrate once again. and he goes into the circus in the corner there, with all the cool people that are now showing up to our games. Yeah, it's a party over there, that's for certain. And so yeah, another great reason to celebrate that Orongo again is making Dolo's job hard as new faces come into the fold. So well done. Did you guys see the quote from Orongo as well? It was rolling on Twitter today about somebody asked him how he feels about, or is he excited to have these guys coming into the team, and he goes, no, he didn't say no, but he goes, I think they're excited to play with me, was his response. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Like, well done, dude. Good play. Again, he's the one that's the hot hand, so he should be that way. Be confident. We love every bit of it. Ben, you want to add anything on that? Where's your debate? Was he shooting? Was he passing? What do you think?
To me, I want to say that he was going for goal, but at the same time, though, he knew that Moose was running down that side, so if it bounced off, it was going to Moose. So it's one of those where it's like, I'm going to put it in the area where it could go in. If not, it's not going to go out. It will bounce off, and Moose, who will be running down that side there, could get a second goal. So to me, I'm going to say he was going for goal.
Yeah, and it's good thinking. You go far post, either has to save it and gets the rebound or scores it. It's a good idea, good plan. And if he saves it really well, you get a corner anyway. So, yeah, all good in the situation. That's for sure. We keep going. We get some substitutions. Yes. Napoku comes into the game. Dude, is that goal one of the best goals you've seen in a long, long time? Like, that looked like video game level madness right there. Tony, explain how he put that one away in the 86th minute.
So he kind of fumbles it, to be honest. Like, he gets his first touch was a very bad pass, which made him, I think, get the players better for the defenders to move forward, because you see, I think it was Sifu or one of our forwards like pushed through and to drag one of the defenders back near the goalpost, and literally it was nice shot, hit it in. And what is that, Bamar? Like, are we at the record now for the most goals off the bench?
We're equal. That was at 12th.
There it is. All right.
Yeah,
good on them. And, and it was, we could also talk about the substitutions working out yet again for Steve Turndolo. Apoku for Musovski.
Mm-hmm.
Again, wise move. Janela for Cifuentes. Cifuentes was sitting on a yellow card. We don't need any suspensions to come anytime soon. Get him off the field. Hollingshead for Escobar. Well, at this point, they're interchangeable. One plays 60 minutes, the other plays 60 minutes. They take their turn playing 60 minutes each week. That's about the time they did the subs. So, all right, keeps them both fresh. Nobody gets hurt. We'll take a deal. It works. And then, of course, one of the later substitutions, and the one that should be heartwarming to all of us, was Segura coming in for Murillo. The fact that Segura is now on the field again wearing black and gold with nice white shoes, I must say. They look very nice. Just to have him out there healthy, doing Segura things, showing a little confidence, you have to be happy for the situation, because it's just one more soldier getting into the mix, and a leader, let's be honest, a leader for our club back in the show. Tony, I know you had to be feeling pretty good about that.
I'm feeling really great. There's one more thing I want to bring up before we go into praise. We also have to kind of clown some of our players. And I love Chicho, but he missed the easiest goal he'll ever have. And he was a little kid, like when you mess up and just don't want to get up and just pretend it was not there and in front of us. And we all like put our heads like, what's that one where like everyone just like, I think it's Naked Gun, where they all just slap their head like, no. And that's how we all felt.
Yeah. Again, we were right there, and he does this stutter step in front of the ball, like right foot, left foot, right foot. I'm not sure which foot to use, so he uses none, and he hits the ground. And he's laying there, not moving. And I don't know if he was laughing, because I would have been laughing at this point. We've been playing a great game. Like, sometimes you just got to be like, things happen. And the 32-52, realizing the levity of the situation, all started chanting Chicho just to get him to get up. And he keeps going, does his thing, but it was just like an eternity where he's laying there like, I just did that, man, in front of the whole world. Like, oh man. Whatevs, he's got a goal, keep going. But it was hilarious because it's just not one of those things under this hot streak that you've seen him doing. Bam, I mean, you've seen that stuff happen before. It's pretty funny.
Oh, it definitely is funny, which made me like for this game was one of the hardest games for me to pick my top three. It was hard for me.
Mhm.
It got to the point where I've rewatched the game about 3-4 times. That was my fourth time before the game was my fourth time watching it. I'm nitpicking on who misses out on the top three. I'm literally nitpicking.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So for me, my top pick, I went Vela for his 2 assists.
Okay.
2 assists. He got back. He worked hard. 2 votes, I'm giving it to Ilie. He was great in the mid, had some nice clean tackles to win the ball back, so I'm giving it to him. And my third, and my 1 point, my 1 vote for his absolute cracking goal is Opoku. That was an absolute cracking goal.
There we are. Tony, your votes?
I guess Opoku is going to be my 1. Chicho my 2, and Moose my last one. It's like you said, Bam, it's so hard because everyone was just going well. Like I almost wanted to I almost want to put Chicho there. I mean, Sifu is at the last spot too because of the pass, because he was playing balling out as well. But it's just
the reason why, like as I said, I was nitpicking. The reason why I didn't put Sifu in my top 3, he was the one that gave away the foul that led to the goal. That's how nitpicking I was. He's 360 spin in the first 5 minutes to get around the midfielder was beautiful, but the foul that led to the goal, I've just got to take that step back.
It shouldn't have been a goal, man. We know this. It was a mistake. All right, so I got to give my top 3. I mean, it's really tough. Vela always gets the vote, so I'm not gonna vote, even though he earned it. Man, he's still the number 1. I'm sorry, but if he's not out there, we don't get this result. So he's the number 1. I would do Cifuentes for the opening goal setup. He was still doing the work. Yes, the foul happened. It should have been stopped on the free kick. So to me, just his work rate, what he did in the game, he's earned that spot, which makes it tough. You have Danny Musovski and you have Opoku, right? Both of them earn stars, but we can't because were they the best on the field? No, but they scored essential goals. So I'm going to give it to Moose. And you're like, why? Opoku had like goal of the week. Because Moose had to go in and start after not getting a start for a while, and he had one good chance and he buried it. And that's all you need. And that should have been the game-winning goal if we had done our jobs and shut these guys out like we should have. So Moose gets it. And I want a record for amount of guys that gives votes for the for player of the year for Heart of LAFC. So I'm adding another one to the list by putting Moose on the list. So there it is. Moose vote.
That's good. Moose has already had a couple of votes this year, so
okay. So I'm moving him up the ranks. Yeah,
I'm moving him. But like as you said, like this game for all of us was the hardest to pick our top 3. It literally came down to, okay, you made this mistake. Unfortunately, you drop out. You did that. You go back up. It was that really toss and turn. Like, to be honest, the top 3 is easily the club for every vote. But because it's the player, we've got to get in there and we got to nitpick. So unfortunately, this game you had to nitpick.
I mean, look at Ibiaga and Murillo have found themselves as a tandem, right? And did they make mistakes in this game? They're like, no, they were great. They were great on the day. So they could easily get this choice. If it's a shutout, we probably are talking about them, even though they had no control on that play. You look at Hollingshead dueling with Farfan. You got to give him credit for the work rate he put in. Palacios were all over the place again. Like, really, everyone was performing on the day. There was one mistake that you could point out, one, and we got punished for it. But otherwise, he was great on the day. Had some great saves, right? Max was good. There was one moment.
If it wasn't that one moment, he could have got that 1 point. He could have. Yeah, it was just. It was so hard to pick anything about it. So, unfortunately, because we're only doing top 3, that's all we can do. So, it's. I'm hoping that this is going to be us for the rest of the season. Going, who do we pick?
Right, because we can give 11 stars today, or because our team 13 because the subs keep working out.
Look. You know that I always like to bring up the refs and all that, especially with the up-and-coming game. This ref wasn't that bad. For his first ever LAFC game, he let a lot go. He let the flow of the game go. So for that, I will give him credit.
He let him play football. Like, seriously. I'm okay with that. He didn't nitpick. The game for the Revolution in Vancouver, we'll talk about that in a little bit. They had a ref making his debut. What this tells me is there's new blood coming in, and it's needed because there's been some bad officiating. So we do need some new people to get in there and make it happen.
Well, the ref that we got coming up for Vancouver that they announced, he's only done 45 games for the league.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, a new generation's needed, so it's fine. I'm good with seeing new faces that we're not used to seeing. It's okay because the old ones haven't done well for us, so that's okay. That's okay. All right. So, running down the line here. Anything else you want to claim on this? This is one of the first matches where we got outpossessed in a game. Yeah, that was interesting to see. But the shots were ours. All right, let's give it to the reactions. I see you guys flying tonight, so let's get into the mix and talk about it. Again, busy. I like it, guys. Who is up? Why am I not surprised? Not complaining, but not surprised. That's right. LAC Beast is in the mix. Welcome, sir. Mark Lopez, ready for Vancouver, the trap game. I said it. I know. Burke Fournier, good seeing you again, Burke. Lovely having you stand with the Black Army. That was cool, man. Bringing your whole crew. Welcome all, dude. All good things. Says, what's up, everyone? Another great win last night. It was beautiful. It was noisy. It was crazy. Energy. Mark Lopez waiting in line at the border right now. Hey, I know what that feels like. Some of you guys know my odyssey that I had at the last match coming from the border straight to the game. So yeah, I know where you're at, man. LC Beast, Tony must have some transfer news. Yes, he's transferring his cat for a dog. What? Nah, not happening. False news. Ox is in the mix straight out of Wichita. There we go. Araceli, great talking to you before, helping us out, getting it done, getting the essential information. As always, Araceli, you rock. Thank you so much for what you do. Beast says Vela looks happy, not the 2019 scoring version, but he's making assists and even defending. Right? It's good. He's happy. Trust me. When Bale gets here and Chiellini's ready to go, bring on the show. All right. LFC Will says, good evening, gentlemen. Great game last night. Love the atmosphere and the wave. North, south, east, and west ends unite. Nah, it was, again, the energy was real. It was real, and it was beautiful. D Velez 86, welcome to the show, sir. He says last night was special all around. Imagine how it's going to be when Bale gets here. I don't know if we need earplugs, man. I some ear protection because, dude, it's gonna get so noisy. You're probably not even gonna hear yourself at some points. I feel sorry for those capos, right, Tony? Those capos are gonna be in for a rough bit, but it's worth it. Yes. D Velez, hope blessing is good. Yeah, I know. We didn't want to cover it too much for the sake of blessing's privacy. But he's going through a lot right now. So send your love if you can. Again, it's a personal matter for him. It's nothing about the club. I know everybody's like, what? He's not happy at the club. It's personal stuff, and we're going to definitely leave it at that. Just that he knows that we all send our love and support his way, but also want to give him space for privacy. And I know he put it out publicly, but sometimes people have to do that to vent. And so, yeah, just so he knows we're all here for him. We are cheering for him, and again, hope for nothing but the best, and he gets through these rough times. That's for sure. Beast, he's got the next comment. He says, even with brutal traffic, who doesn't want to come to LA? Everyone wants to come to LA. That's just how it is. Smalls, yep. Latif, black and gold through and through, man. I mean, I've got stories of him picking up my kids at the county fair, just, you know, being Latif. So again, hoping that he'll be on the right track here, and y'all looking out for him. That's a good thing. LSC Beast, is Bam tracking bail trip to LA, checking them flights out of Wales, huh? Cardiff Airport, huh? All right.
Got to keep an eye, just got to make sure that everything's going smoothly.
In truth, though, Chiellini did kind of tip himself off, right? I mean,
oh yeah, he get away completely. Like if you know where to look in that photo, you can easily spot the flight number, and once that's done, you'll something good. So hopefully Bale posts the same kind of photo
from his own private plane, which probably has no number to even deal with. But yeah, it's okay. We'll be ready for him when he gets here. That's for certain. MG, what's up, fellas? What's up, sir? All right. Lunch special, Gio. Does any other than me want Bale and Chiellini to make their debut till after we play Carson, just in case, No, I don't. The whole world will be watching. Do I want them to start? No. I think it would be really cool for them to come in late and pile on. That's what I want to see. Like, totally what I want to see is them come in. Bale come in late and hang one on these guys just for added insurance. That's what I want to see. That's my head. Smalls says the wave has happened at the bank a few times. Yeah, a couple times. Not as clean as this one though. This one was clean for a wave. Bam Shaker's like, waves, man. It's America, dude. America.
It's not the cricket. It's not the cricket.
I know, America. What we do. LCB's natural hair color Sifu over Eminem hairstyle Sifu. I prefer Eminem's hairstyle Sifu. I do. He plays better though, I think now, but he's got to pick a hair color so when FIFA picks him out, man, like he can live with it for the rest of the year on FIFA. I'm just saying, right? You want your image to look right. Oh, Beast, do you see Ferreira in Qatar? I do. Remember, it's an expanded roster, so I certainly do. He's producing. Sometimes it's not the best player, it's the one that's in the best form. And right now, he's flying. And if you take a hot hand, you never know what they can do in a game. Seriously. If he's on par, if he's flying, you can't leave that alone. Right? I know he's young, he's the future, but sometimes you got to shock things a bit. And so I would not, not surprised. Home field advantage. Yes, we have that. We know that for certain. That is real. That's from Mark. Get off my lawn. I've seen news that we will need to get rid of someone because of Bale's salary. Can we get rid of B-Rod? Oh, that's not what I'm hearing. I think the only thing I was hearing about was that we might need another international slot if we're bringing another DP player. That's the only thing I've been hearing conversations about. There's debate over green cards and all that, even though B-Rod now has a green card. Okay, so obviously, if you're getting a green card, you're not talking about leaving. It's a thought, okay? They'll figure it out. This is MLS. They always figure things out for the best of MLS. So we'll just write it out, guys. Mark Harrian says, Shradi's goal is a close best of season. Shradi's? You mean Opoku's, right?
Shradi's. He's talking about Shradi's goal. Remember that one-timer from the right?
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful too. Man, you guys make it hard on us to figure out who should be in the lineup and who should get the subs. I know Tajiri Shradi's hurt, but we've had some bangers already this year, right? That's cool. Yeah, cool call. Cool call, Mark. You're right. He did have a killer one. Crazy we have 2 of those. I think we're going to have a lot more with Bale coming into the house. He has the capability from hitting them from long range. We've seen this before. So I think more is coming. Mark says, yeah, Segura is needed. Agreed. It's good to have him back. It's great to have him shouting to the 3252 doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, Steady Eddie. We all know Steady Eddie. When he's healthy, he makes Murillo better too. So, yeah, we know we need him. Fabricio Cabrera, with Bale coming in, seems possible that Brian won't be starting anymore and will be looking to move. I mean, eventually that's going to happen, right? Bring in a young player, you sell him and make a lot of money. That's how the game is played. We have a lot of wingers on the team now. We're 5 deep at this point. Yeah, it would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if a move was made. I know he was linked to some clubs in Mexico a little while back. I haven't heard a lot lately, but I'm sure something's going on. Does he want to leave? Who knows? But business is business. We'll see what happens. Mark also says Sifu with 6 fouls committed and only got a yellow in the 86th minute. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. As long as he doesn't get suspended for the Carson match, all good. Rest the man. Rest the man against Vancouver. No risks. So I'm not sure where he is on his points yet, and I'd have a bad feeling about it. Mark Morkarian, that's a win for him. Yeah, right. What about Crepo's error? Any concerns? I do have concerns because that's 2 errors in 3 matches. There were moments where it looked like he was fighting with the ball a bit last game. He wasn't on his best, that's for sure. He still made some crazy good saves at times. That one leg save he made, the kick save, was pretty impressive. But yeah, we need better, especially in these big games coming up. And so hopefully he works that out. We know he's capable, that's for sure. I say egregious was like, yeah, he was a step too high on the free kick. Yeah, that's not good. But he'll get better. Get off my lawn. Thank you, Apple TV, for your MLS deal. The whole MLS is on notice. Now better players, better refs, more money. I'll throw that in there. More money. Yeah, sponsors are going to kick off. That's going to be fun. Maybe we'll get a naming right for. Maybe we'll get a new name at the stadium. Maybe this will help with a better stadium naming rights deal. You never know. We will see. Sarome 805 says black and gold. Yeah, you got that. Christopher Gomez, the wave. Yes, the wave. Not the bad radio station. A real wave. Ramon Poblano. Hi, everyone. Nice seeing her at the tailgate. Got my new friend from London a shirt, like you said, from the Capos. Gave him my scarf and said he loved it. Is now a new LAFC fan. I know. So he was visiting from London. He had his Arsenal shirt and went into the North End and was like, right? We don't do that. And not in a bad way. We just told him, it's a culture. He told he was cool with it, happy with it. It paid off, right? And so he went in there. He changed to black and gold for the sake of the North End. That is our culture. It's what we do. So, dude, all-star, man, doing his thing, making it happen. So thank you, Ramon, for introducing me to him and having a good conversation. Again, like Bam, right? Over here. We're an international brand now, people. That's how it is. We're the biggest community club around. That's what we're shooting for. We want everybody. The big tent. So good on him. If he ever wants to jump on and make comments, we'd love to have him make comments as well about his experiences coming out here. We'd love to hear about it. It'd be really cool. But thank you, Ramon, for that. That was fun. Capo also gave him a free beer. Why am I not surprised? Was that you, Tony? Did you do that?
No, because I was like, that wasn't me. So it's either Benny, Julio, or Jose. Because those are the only 3 I can think of, unless. No, I think it's the only 3 I can think of. Who is probably it.
Well, good on the Capos for making his day that much better. Good on them. Good stuff, 3252. You did good on the day. All right, so here's another one. I just saw this pop up, and so we will talk about it. It's fast stock market news. That's hilarious. All right, he puts up Carlos switching to central attacking midfielder once Bale comes to fit Chicho and Brian get it on the field. No, I think our system plays the same. I mean, what I have noticed is when we're playing the 4-3-3, the central striker has now started dropping deeper. I think that's going to be the play. That whoever goes in the middle will drop a bit deeper as a setup, with the others overlapping. And I do think they'll take turns because I know Bale's shifted there before for Wales before. It's not like it's new to him. I think you'll see him move around. Subs, since we have that lovely 5 option, one of the unique things we get to still do in this league, it allows us to shuffle people a bit more and limit time. And so, yeah, Dolo's got a tough job in his hands to figure out what chemistry works best here with a new player up top. But they'll figure it out, that's for sure. We have the talent to get through the growing pains of it, that's for sure. So we'll be fine. Ramon says you're in the Cuervo section. There he goes. Cool, man. Cool. So it was what Benny must have been up there at the time. Okay. Nice. Again, happy you had a great time, that he had a great time, that we did him right. That's awesome. Chris Gomez, what type of DP would you guys be happy about? I think we've said it. I wanted an attacking midfielder. That's what I've had the preference for, even though we're strong everywhere right now. It's hard to see, but yeah, I think a proper setup, man, would be really good for us right now to pepper that much more chances for attackers. Like, they need more people. They're doing fine, but yeah, if I'm gonna get to have that embarrassment of riches, that's what I'll take. Bam, what about you?
Another attacker. I think we're fairly set in the back at the moment, as long as we don't get any long-term injuries. But if we do that, there's still time for other players to be able to fill into that role. So for me, an attacking midfielder would be good. It's just I want to see more of the kids coming through from Vegas. So
that's dude, that's the toughest part, is when you start bringing in big shot players, your development kind of takes a hit, right? The younger guys don't get chances like you'd normally like to see. True.
Yeah.
Which brings us MLS Next, right? MLS Next is going to fix all our problems next year.
Yeah, and especially when you look at, you have the fortunate but unfortunate of the Mexico U20 getting knocked out by Guatemala yesterday as well. So it was unfortunate because a couple of LAFC players were playing for Mexico, lost in penalties, but at the same time, kind of glad Guatemala got through, because when was the last time that they went that far?
Yeah, that's why. Good for them.
I'll read between the lines. I can read between the lines.
Hey, you know what? You earn it when you earn it. So good on the kids. It's kids, guys. It's development. That's what this is. So again, congrats to Guatemala. There it is. KU Cardi in the mix says, would y'all be disappointed if we don't bring in a DP, rather back up right back to Escobar? I like what Hollingshead is doing right now. I do. I think we're okay. If you want to have somebody more left back, I mean, again, Hollingshead has that purpose. So I don't think it's a hole anymore unless you bring a young kid in. Somebody you can bring up and down with Vegas, might be that option. But yeah. We're here, guys. It's nice to have what we have. I'm happy. But I think at this point, it's time to flex and show the rest of the league that we mean business and we're going to win this cup now. And so bringing another big shot will help in that process. Christopher Gomez, ESPN website, we signed Courtois. I saw that, and we were all laughing about that this morning. We're not getting Courtois. Well, that would be nuts. We couldn't afford that. You're only allowed one Real Madrid former per window, right?
Hey, I want them all.
Hey, bring them all. I'm kidding, of course. Dude, you imagine that dude in this league? How fun would that be? We're never getting scored on again. Roberto Espinoza, getting knocked out from the Open kind of made playing the youngsters unsustainable. Yeah, development's nice. Winning's better. Right? We want to win and win now. The window is limited. This generation is changing. Guys are going to start moving. It's a win now mentality. So you're right, Roberto. We embarrassed ourselves in the Open Cup. Not again. We have MLS playoffs. We need to win. We need to build a team to get through a grueling playoff round. So there we go. How does the salary cap work? Are we still under? Beats me, man. It's MLS funny money. I don't try to understand it. As long as they let them take the field, I'm happy. I don't know anymore. It's chaos.
Well, at the same time, though, wouldn't the league deny the signing if we weren't under, technically? Because it's got to be filed with them. So they should know if we're under or not. So if we're not under and they've let it go through, that's the league's
we
problem.
did have a lot. We did have a lot of money to play with, though. Still,
Yeah.
some from really good deals that Thornton made earlier. We were still on the plus side of it. So I'm not sure. I'm sure when it all breaks itself down and the players union brings up the rosters and the salaries, we're going to get the truth, because those have been pretty darn accurate. And then we get to see the brilliant moves that Thornton made financially. There's always been like, wow, okay, that was complicated. And he's thinking way down the line. So I'm sure they'll figure it out. Let the big heads figure that out, man. I'm just there buying my tickets, going to the games, and supporting the best team that we can possibly field out there. So we'll find out soon enough. I'm sure the numbers will come out. Christopher Gomez, as a Barca fan, it hurts to get Bale, but LAFC part is like what they have. Having someone of his caliber playing for LAFC is just crazy, and for the cheap. Let's be real. I'm not a Real Madrid fan either. Tony knows that. I don't have much love for that team. I don't. I hate, but I don't love either, man. But I don't know about look at that. He got sad. That is hilarious. Here's the deal, though. Now he's having fun with cameras. Spot on, Tony. There you go. See what Real Madrid's done to him. His fandom's gone crazy. Because the way I see it is Bale, I don't think he cares that much about Real Madrid anymore either. So he's moved on. We've moved on. Look at his social media. We're good. He's our guy now. I'm fine. I like the player. I don't care where he came from. All good things. MG says nobody knows how Garber Bucks work. That's how we got Bale. And that's how other teams get players. You're like, really? That's how it goes. Christopher Gomez, Bale. Hugh Cardi. I don't want to be in Inter Miami situation down the road. Only reason, because of the DP situation. Yeah, so the hard questions will come next season, because if you need to trigger the Bale deal at the midpoint, we're gonna have a situation mid-season next year if he decides to stay on, because now you have to make him a DP, and if you're full of DPs, you got to make a move. So this year, cool, man. Next year, it's going to get super complicated. We'll worry about that when it happens. But yeah, there was some real shenanigans going on with Miami, and they had to pay for it. That's for sure. Let's see. Would you rather have a young South American prospect to transfer later, or a Suarez type as the final DP? I'm in an angry football fan kind of mood after getting bounced out of the Open Cup. I just want revenge in a cup. So I'm in for the now. My head is for the now. That's where I'm at. So if we were to get Suarez, I think it would be hilarious with him and Chiellini together after the incident they had. And man, we have an angry, crazy team to play with. So I'm okay with that. Louis V. What you fam? A little late here, but what a game last night, right? Right? And Roberto comes in and says Bale gets moved on if Bale wants to stay. Yeah, I think the two guys that clearly get targeted for movement if we have cap needs or DP needs, yeah. Obviously, Brian's the guy you target. The other guy would probably be Janela. Even though he's not a DP, he costs us a lot of money. And so those would probably be the guys that get moved quickest. It makes sense to me. So, again, we'll get there when we get there. Just enjoy what we have now. And, yeah, sing, make noise, get crazy. That's what we do. So good on you guys. Love the comments today. Keep them up. We'll check in with you guys towards the end of the show as well. At this time, of course, we need to transition a bit. Where are we at now, guys? Did we ever pick a Black and Gold Vinyl Club minute song? Did we really not pick one? Do you guys have one? I really, for the first time, don't think I picked one out.
Oh, please.
What? Yeah. Well, we're going to get there in a few minutes. I know that you, sir, Tony, have a few community things that you need to cover before we do that. Anyways, buying time for certain people.
Okay.
So, Tony, get us some community news, man. Save the day, sir.
All right. So, of course, there's watch parties, but the most important thing that people will be asking you, our supporters, our faithful season ticket holders, is tickets to the next home game, which is at the moment $190 for supporter section on Ticketmaster. No, sorry, $190 for nosebleeds in the far right. Supporter section numbers, if you do not sell them face value to your fellow supporters, there's a special place that we like to send you in whatever you believe in. But moving forward with that, so there are two raffles that are going on. One by D9U. So they're giving away 2 North End tickets for $25 per raffle ticket. Winner will be announced on July 7th. All you have to do is go to their Instagram. They have the DM and who to sell it to, and they'll put your name in a pot or spin it. I don't know how they'll do it. And you'll be picked out, and you will have 2 tickets to the North End, hopefully. And of course, the other one is a little bit more fun, a little bit more exciting. I feel like you can go. I want people to go more all out for this one. It's on the I can never say his last name, and I feel so bad about it every time. Fiasco Football Court raffle for 2 North End tickets. Make any donation that you like. Go to the website and to the www.gofundme.com of Fiasco, and then DM how much you donated, and for every dollar is a ticket to that raffle. And again, those are for 2 North End tickets as well. And then, of course, there are watch parties this weekend because we are playing in Vancouver at a normal, decent time. So none of us have to literally wake up and go to whatever watch party we need to. And it is, of course, crew is having a watch party at the Mexican Village restaurant at 3668 Beverly Boulevard. And they will be having happy hour from 5 to 8 p.m. And that is crew happy hour. As my cats run and play through my area. And then we have Black Army, of course, at S&P Sports Bar and Restaurant. And that will be at 6 p.m. Again, same spot, same usual. It's in Santa Fe. I will post it more later. And of course, Empire Boys are going to be at Rowdy's again. And that's all I have at the moment. There will be more to follow in the coming days, and I will tell you and post them on our Instagram when they come about.
There we are. All right. So community news covered. Get to your watch party. I will be at the S&P watch party if all things work out and I'm still healthy and ready to go. So there you go. I will be there. All right. So Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. You know, we did Gary Clark Jr. the last time we went to Texas. So if we got to do Gary Clark Jr., I'm going to go with Stevie Ray Vaughan this time. He's from Dallas, so I guess that counts. Texas Flood, 1983 album. We'll throw that one out there. Pride and Joy, probably the most popular song from that one. There are several other ones. Crossfire is pretty cool too, which is, I think, In-Step album. So there you go. Go with Stevie Ray Vaughan, Dallas artist, proper. I like guitars. I like when the guitars go crazy and wail and sing the song themselves. There you go, Stevie Ray Vaughan. See, I found one. There it is. All right, on to the next one. It's going to be fun trying to figure out a band from Vancouver. All good things. Keep their tradition alive, people. All right, which brings us to Vancouver. Let's get into the mix, talk about Vancouver. So I will say it's a trap game. I will always say it's a trap game. We always have a horrible history going into that turf and tarp stadium. trash, man. Sorry, but could have been nice, but you didn't make it nice. Yeah. So, yes, I have flashbacks with tarps. You all know why. I have flashbacks with turf because I like the legs of my players being healthy and their careers not being put in jeopardy because people don't like to water things. My thought. So we go into these plays. We already know that we're going to need to cycle the lineup a bit because you have the big game at the end of the week, right? I'd expect it. You're not going to waste good talent on turf. Sorry. That's an advantage that Vancouver gets, that we're going to have to be smart about how the lineup's going to play itself out. But bam, this is a beatable team, even if we shuffle the lineup, right?
It is. It is. We've only won once in Vancouver, so that's not really that great up there. But with how they've been going the last few games, they are very, very beatable. So they've had, in the last 3 MLS games, they've had 1 win, which was a 2-0 away win to Dallas, 1 draw, which was a 4-0 away loss to Seattle. Oh, sorry, 1 loss, right? And 1 draw, which was a 0-0 home draw to New England Revs just recently. They also had a 2-1 win versus York United in the Canadian Championship semi-final. So they are going to the final for that, for a berth in the CONCACAF Champions League, I believe.
Yeah, that's a CCL spot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I believe they're playing Toronto in that match. So they've got a big game coming up that they could be focusing more on.
Yeah, on a team that has their struggles as well, but has a big shot coming in too. So, yeah, but they're at home. They have to take credit in getting a draw against the Revs because the Revs are starting to wake up now. If you got to see the highlights, I know Bam was watching it. I was watching it.
Yeah,
they had chances, man. They definitely had chances to take that game. No question. They gave it back to the Revs. It was very much back and forth. Both teams could have stole that game. It was hard fought. It was not a bad game. Yes, it was 0-0, but sometimes the draw is the appropriate result, and it was. They should have had some goals. The other team should have had at least one. Didn't work out. Now they play us. So I would say that they're looking a little bit more stable these days.
Yeah,
rather
I
than
would
in the
say
past.
too. They're not missing anyone from injury at the moment, so they're quite healthy. So with that, I don't see why they won't put out their best 11 against us. They didn't play a midweek game, so their last game was beginning of the week against the Revs. So they're healthy, they're fresh. So
we got to play it honest. And again, the shuffle for us makes the most sense because we're on short rest, and you got to have fresh legs and keep people healthy. Looking at record, there's 6 wins, 3 ties, 8 losses, only won 35% of their games, sitting in the 11th spot. I think the last time we ran into these guys, they were like last place. So they're definitely moving slightly up the standings, not amazingly well, but they are. Here's the craziest thing. Their defense, they play a 3-man back. We'll talk about the formations. Dude, they've conceded 28 goals in only 17 games. Wow. That's pretty high. They average 1.6 against a game. Oh, that's pretty rough stuff. I have only 6 clean sheets so far. They also conceded 3 penalties already this year, so it tells you things get kind of funky in the back. So, yeah, this could get real interesting. Other things that stood out to me, well, Tony, I don't want to steal your thunder, man. Give us the good, the bad, and the ugly on these guys. What's up?
There's not really that many good things or bad things. It's more all ugly for them. The only ugly thing for us against them is they haven't lost at home in the last 5 games. Besides that, like if you just want to go looking at like every overall stats, like their highest goal scorer has 5 goals, while their next 2 have 2. The most assists is 2, again because they're low scoring. And then again, do we even have to explain how many times even our bench is outscoring their team? Is pretty much like that's how bad. Again, it is all looking great, but this is a trap game, and we're also prepping for a big primetime game because, again, I do not want to overlook them, but in all realness, we're all thinking about it is what's going to happen, who's going to get injured, who's going to get the yellow, who's going to get the red. Anything can happen in this game leading up to one of the most important games of the season until the next one.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to see who gets in and who gets out. Guys need time. This is a good time to have that happen. Yes, their roster's proper, but look at it this way also. They have a lot of fouls. They hack like crazy. They got 34 yellow cards this year. This team is very, very physical because they're chasing games. Do you want to put Vela in that situation in the lead up to the biggest game that we've had so far? Tough. Bam. Where's your head at? Like,
Where
tough.
my head at is. So let's go back to August last year. We had Vancouver away, followed by Carson at home. In the 16th minute, Vela came off injured. So to me, I don't want to risk him up there. I don't. Not on that AstroTurf. It's not worth it. If a player has pulled up today with a little niggle, they stay home this weekend. They do not go to Vancouver.
Oh yeah, I can't. No.
If you're 90% fit, you're staying home.
Right. B-Rod came up questionable last game. You know what that means? He doesn't travel this game. Vela, let him stay home this game. It's fine. We got other soldiers. Do you want to risk Chicho in a game like this?
Nope.
No, I don't either. Let Apoku and Moose go crazy out there. Have fun. Bring up Torres, right?
Bring up Trejo.
Right? Bring up Trejo. Let them do their thing. Bring up half of Vegas. Let's just get through this thing. We'll still be top of the league.
Trejo has to re-sign his new contract because we only had him up until the last game, so he has to re-sign another contract.
We're having a press conference tomorrow. Sounds like a good time to announce that. Just saying. So yeah, I'm with you, man. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be difficult. We want to always win our games, but dude, we have the bigger picture down the line. All right. So looking at the head-to-head matches, Bam, do you want to throw those out there, or we already know where we're at?
We pretty much already know where we're at with them. It's the last time we won up there was our first ever meeting with them, which was in 2018. Since then, we've had I'm just looking at away because that's all that really matters. Because our home record against them speaks for itself. Away, a 2-0 win, first game up there. A 1-0 loss, a 2-1 loss, a 2-1 loss. So we're on a losing streak up there. So for us, we need to get a win at the moment without losing any players to injury.
Again, be careful. Be careful. Cycle the lineup. Familiar faces. I'm going to say Lucas Cavallini is probably the guy we know the most. And of course, our former defender, Tristan Blackman, who is featuring every match for them. So let's throw it into that. Let's look at what's going on. Lineup wise, I know against New England, they played an interesting 3-4-2-1 system.
Yeah, they've done that for the last 2 games.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, so you defensive issues at play here, and you're going to play that high up. Okay, cool. Now, who do they put? They have Cropper in goal, former New England goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. They have the right guy in position there. Blackman, Veselinovic, and Brown are your back line. Your midfielders, they had Raposo, Owusu, Kubas, and Godinho as your flat 4. And then your attacking midfielders were Caicedo and Gauld, with Cavallini as a target man up high.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that the outside midfielders can drop if they need to, but it is still a very high setup.
Yeah, no, they also changed Owusu and Tibet. They'll change those 2 around, and they'll also Gould and Dahomey will swap as well. So they've been the 2 changes from that lineup in the last 2 games.
And I believe that Caicedo had to come out earlier last game, and Dahomey had to play the majority of the match. So
that is correct.
I don't know if that's going to affect the lineup situation for them.
I don't think it was too much because before the episode started, I was searching their Twitter and all that, and there was videos of him in the gym today working out. So
they weren't taking chances, pretty
No.
much. Okay. So, yeah, 3-4-2-1 seems to be popular for them. It got them a win against Dallas. I think that's where you saw Dahome coming in with Caicedo. I think Dahome and Caicedo is probably their strongest lineup for their attacking midfielders. I think you probably agree, right, Bam?
I would say so.
Okay. Other faces that I find interesting. Florian Unworth. Y'all remember him from San Jose? It looks like he gets some play as well, but they use him as a one of the defensive midfielders in the setup. So you might see him come up. If he does, we can take him down with speed. That's for sure. Not the fastest guy. He's a pretty smart player, but not the fastest. Their 4-0 loss to Seattle, they played a 3-5-2. Something tells me we're not going to see a repeat of that this time. So that would be the Youngworth getting the start for that one, where they load up the mid. But I can't see that. I think what we saw against Dallas, if they can match that lineup, that's what they're going to do against us. Bam, you thinking the same thing, right?
Yeah, I can see them coming at us with the Dallas lineup. Because other than that, like if they want to give us the 3-5-2 and give us a 4-0 win, I'll take it. But I don't see them making that mistake against us.
Yeah, I just look at that lineup, and they had Godinho on the outside, Martins on the left. Those guys aren't known for tracking back the greatest. That would really leave them open if they went that way. So, yeah, definitely the 3-4-1-2 is what 3-4-2-1 is what to expect from them. Clogging it up in the middle. That's how it goes. Again, if we use even our reserves in this match and go with a complete B lineup, maybe that would be the magic to change things when we get our results up there. Maybe that would just shake everything up, and make it happen. My big question to you guys, is there any question about Max not starting in this game? Like, it's a homecoming, right? He's got to play.
He has to, yeah. Like, unless he got some concerns about it or something like that, where he doesn't feel safe. But other than that, he's got to start.
Yeah. I always let players play their former teams. You get the best out of them, as far as I'm concerned. Little extra incentive, that's for sure. So cool. Let's see. Anything else you want to cover on these guys? Again, a good game starts. We can all get to our watch parties and do our things. I know we're competing with a UFC fight. Good luck on that. Hopefully the bars are showing that too, and you get good entertainment for the night. I had to throw that out there. I know it's happening. I know I'll be watching it. So yeah,
we got
there's
multiple
that.
screens at our place. So
yeah, I mean, S&P has like 500 screens, so I'm sure they'll find a way for everybody to make room. Cool. So that is the story. That is what's going on. LAFC lineup, like I said, I think we're gonna see a shift. What do you think?
I'll be surprised if we don't change things up. That'll be the biggest thing. If we don't do a slight change here, like I can see obviously Max in goals. That's not going to change. I'll see our centre backs changing. I can see Mamadou Fall getting a start.
Think about Fall. When was the last time he got a start? He's been out for a while, hasn't he? Yeah. He's got to start at this point.
He started in our win over San Jose. And he didn't start in our 1-1 draw with Seattle. So San Jose was the last time he started.
And then Daniel Henry, former Vancouver player. Do you think he gets the run out on this one since he's going home again too?
I would.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Especially how do I say this without sounding bad?
Just say it.
Just say it. Business.
Well, no business. I don't want to see Ibiaga really get hurt on the AstroTurf.
Or Escobar.
Yeah.
Or Hollingshead. Any of our older players, pretty much.
Yeah. It's
So
one of
you're
the ones
saying-
where our lineup from the last game, I don't want to see any of them get hurt.
So, like, Ilie needs to be in bubble wrap and far, far away from a field on Saturday. Is that what we're saying?
Yep.
There it is. All right, cool. I mean, you could do it. You could throw basically Latif, Janela into the midfield. Who do you go with him? Who else do we throw into that midfield just to get it taken care of? I mean, you could throw Acosta because he needs more time, but do you want to risk Acosta? You know?
Yeah. It's really annoying that this game is right before Carson.
It is, because it's the turf game. It's the ugly turf game we always lose. So I know, guys, I'm being Debbie Downer about it, but we've got a bad history in Vancouver because we seem to get them at the end of these crazy busy schedules and at the worst time possible. I don't know why we always end up with the bad luck against them, but we do, where they're not the priority for the week. It would be nice if they were, and then we'd get a better result. But here we are, rivalry game the next match. You can't mess around. So okay. Let's throw it back to you guys. I see some comments. Tony's laughing at some of them already. So, yeah, let's throw it to you guys. See where your heads are at in this process. Because, again, we just want to see it cycled and guys stay healthy.
Before we go on to those, they announced the refs for this game. So we got Guido Gonzalez Jr. The last time we had him was our 3-1 win at home to Vancouver.
Hey, good fortune. Finally.
So that's the only game he's done for us this year. And the only game he's done for Vancouver this year is that game.
So he's familiar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
Over his career, he's only done one Vancouver home game. And that game is 100% draw.
So you're saying there's a draw in play here? Is that what you're predicting, Val?
I'm going to say it's a high likely because out of the 4 games he's done in his career for Vancouver, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draws. So he likes doing draws for Vancouver unless they play us where he likes the loss. So
he's not a homer type of ref. He just calls it.
No, he is though. Out of the 9 games he's done this season, 77.8% have been home wins.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So the stats aren't the greatest, but they're not bad either. It's just okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it'll be interesting to see what he does for us this game coming up.
And there we are. All right. Let me see here if anybody else threw anything out there. I see a lot of Carson talk. We'll get back to that. Oh, dude, Roberto called you out on this one. He said he's about to say Henry's sacrificial. I don't think that was the comment, was it?
That was the comment I was laughing at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
like I'm not saying sacrificial, but if I put it to you, would you rather him miss the next game or Murillo Ibiaga miss the next game due to pulling up sore? Who would you rather pull up sore?
Well, technically he's a homer too, so that's also good for the Canadian national team and to watch them there, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think it's falling into place, people. It's gonna be Henry. All right. I like Roberto. We don't even want to play Vancouver. I don't mind playing Vancouver. I just don't like playing them when they throw them at us. They always pick a bad time for us to play them. And it's the plastic pitch, and nobody likes plastic to play on. We don't like plastic fans. Don't like plastic pitch. We don't like plastic towns like Carson. I know. We'll get that. I see you guys got Carson hate. I'm okay with going into Carson hate now that we've talked about Vancouver. I think enough. All right. Oh my gosh. Let's see. You guys had a lot of fun while we were talking. Oh boy. Where do we want to go first? I know Jose Quiros brought up Latif again. It was family, man, and so we'll leave it at that. That's for sure. And again, listen to the man. I think that's the best way to do it. Roberto Espinosa talking about the ticket situation where people are gouging for their tickets in the North End. I will just say this. Repeat ticket sellers in the North End will no longer be ticket holders in the North End. That I'm telling you, man. If you're gouging other people in the North End, you won't have an account for very long. It's not me throwing a threat down. I'm just telling you the obvious. So it's looked down upon. It doesn't help the culture, and you're driving the tickets up for everybody, and that's not fun either. So we're not getting our best supporters out there. That's it. Simple. Berta Spinoza, I get it. I hate seeing Carson kits outside of their little block. Oh yeah, there's been some. I find it funny that there's been some Carson kits in our stadium in the last few weeks because it's like I guess they like the product here better.
Yeah, I saw some. I saw some like near
Yeah.
the north end at the 101 section, that entrance, and I saw some kid with the blue away jersey, and I was like, "If you're coming in here, I'm about to kick you out in like 2 seconds before you even step through that even north end section."
Yeah, it's been pretty funny. I don't know, a little clueless too. Christopher Gomez, did a Carson fan really win the Carson gift card at halftime? I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. They need all the help they can get right now, though, so I guess that's their lovely parting gift. Give up a city, get a gift card. Cool. Roberto Espinoza, LAFC keeps doing more for Carson fans than their club does. We definitely keep them relevant. They're in the conversation because of us. Get off my lawn. Carson and Raising Cane's have a partnership. Guess what chicken finger spot I'd avoid now? The employees at Raising Cane's have shirts with I don't go there. I have not. Since they got the sponsorship, I haven't gone there.
I've never gone there. I didn't even know that was a chicken spot until recently.
If you like waiting in line at the drive-thru for an hour, that's a cool place to go, I guess. So, whatevs.
That's the first time I've heard of that company.
It's not very good. If you like chicken fingers, I guess it's your jam. I'm not 12, so I'm good.
Freaking Wingstop.
Yeah, it's cheaper too. Roberto Espinoza, that must be depressing work environment, right? Maybe they accidentally kick each other in the head. I don't know. Funny red cards. Roberto Espinoza, he's about to say, oh yeah, we talked about that already. I'm already going down. Okay. All right. Any other things you saw pop up? That's it for comments, guys. That's what you got. That's what you got. You're just waiting for next week, aren't you? All right. I know. We'll keep you posted when we hear about the amazing, awesome press conferences that are coming down the line. Maybe there's an event connected to it. We shall see. I'm looking forward to it. I did notice for rivalry week, there are a bunch of events going down next week. We're going to probably talk about them at the beginning, but yeah, take a look, Tony. We'll throw some promotions on there. There's a thing in Long Beach going on. I saw something downtown, I think on Tuesday, but there's rivalry week events in the lead up to the match, which is something that I'm not used to seeing. But for some reason this week, we've got actual LAFC club related events. And there will be more. Right? If Vela gets Exposition Park for his announcement, what's Bale going to get? I can't help but thinking that PTO is necessary next week because something's going down. Right? All I know is I'm getting, where's that thing signed? I don't care. It has to get signed when it happens. So, yeah, my Wales scarf. Right? My mom's side of the family. So, yeah, got to do my thing. Yeah, so I'm all excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it. Let's make it happen. All right. So are we at that point, guys? Have we come to the end, the conclusion of another episode? It's gone by really fast. That's a beautiful thing. I again love everybody's comments. It's been good today. A lot of positivity. We'll stick with it. Even if you guys like the wave, I'll be tolerant. It's fine. All right. So final comments of the day. Since Tony's not paying attention right now, totally messing with him. I'm going to give you the final comment of the day, Mr. A la Madrid.
Okay. So, yes, Mr. A la Madrid, the European club champions. So, again, stay safe this weekend. Try to be as careful because Again, COVID's still a thing. There's a lot of events. I know some of y'all are at Anime Expo. I wish I could go this weekend, but those things sold out really quickly. So for those who went, be safe out there. Also be safe just in LA in general, because there's also July 4th. No drinking and driving. If you need help with drinking and drive, if you need help and you've been drinking, there are Ubers, Lyft, Friends, AAA again pretty much always does their thing that they always do. So be safe this weekend, because again, I want to see you at the watch party and also at the game coming up this Friday. Also, again, I say from time and time again, check in on your friends and so you'll see how they're doing, because you never know what they'd be going through. Again, it's the hardest thing in the world, because you never know when something just clicks and stuff, and you don't know how your friend's doing, and you just want to make sure you got to check up on them. I am planning a giveaway, because as you saw this lovely artwork, I got this from the AIM art show from 3252. I have some extra stuff. I think I will do a giveaway for raffles or something for the Footsfall court. So proceeds will go to that. And I think we'll do the same way the football Instagram pages is, just donate whatever you want. Send us a DM. Show us how much, and we'll put your name in a raffle, and we'll do it that way. We'll do something with it. I got some cool stuff. There is a poster made by Adrian. I have an extra one of that. It is a poster of a lion versus an eagle, or our falcon, as for the first game against Leon. And then I will, for you Dodger fans, I have a Fernando Venezuela one I will give up for you guys for Mo. So, and on top of that, congratulations, Defenders of the Bank, on their 200th episode. I see they're recording it tonight, so we'll probably get it either tonight or tomorrow morning. So I want to say congratulations to them. Congratulations to our entire pod fam for doing what you got to do. Been here since day one. Some picked up a little bit later, 100%. So for the newer ones, go listen to the LGBT FC pod. They just came out with their second episode. They are doing phenomenal jobs for what they're doing, and just shouting them out. And hopefully they get to 100, 200, and everybody else, especially FC pod as well, 200. So, and I have to get the shout out. Dweez, I met your friend up here in the canyon. Did not know he was and he is dating a very interesting person. Her grandfather was the president of the Aston Villa when they won the Champions League.
Football, man. It's the great connector. Love it. Love it. Cool stuff. Yeah, we love you, Dweez. Gotta talk to that man. He's always got an awesome story to tell. So congrats, of course, to Defenders as well. Awesome guys. You got to the 200 mark. Keep going, gentlemen. Keep it moving. We're doing good, guys. That's for real. All love to the community pods. Community pods are where the fuel's at. That's where the action is. It's all about the community. That's what's driven this club since day one. It will continue to drive the club, community, supporters from the street. That's what makes this club special. May we never lose that energy. That is for certain. Bam, final comment of the day, sir.
Final comment of the day from me. Hope everyone has a good weekend coming up. If you're going to watch parties, go enjoy, sing, chant, all that kind of stuff. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Remember, you don't just hurt yourself, you hurt your friends and family too. For those that are traveling up to Vancouver, they're actually giving away 10,000 bucket hats to fans, for the first 10,000 people in Vancouver. They actually look fairly cool. So if you do grab one, get one. They actually look fairly cool. So I doubt they'll get 10,000 fans to the game, but you never know.
They had 10,000 tarps.
Can we do that? Can LAFC give out bucket hats, please?
Ooh, I'd take a bucket hat for those day games they keep making us suffer through. It's not the club's fault that we're on national TV. That's just success. But yeah, dude, bucket hats are cool. I like it, especially on the day games. I'm with you, Bam. I'm with you, man. It looks cool. And yeah, shout out to everybody traveling. There was like a lot. I saw a lot of people taking advantage of this extended weekend because of the holiday. to head up to Vancouver. So good on you guys for making the trip on a holiday weekend. Yeah, have fun up there. It's Vancouver. It's beautiful. So I can't wait for my trip to get it back up that way. And anything Pacific Northwest is brilliant anyway.
Oh, definitely.
Anything else, Bam?
Yeah. So for that, like, everyone's enjoy a long weekend. Defenders, again, I know you're recording your 200th episode right now. Hopefully we're listening to the sweet musical sounds of the Scarf and the Beard Rod song. Hopefully we're hearing that right now coming through.
Nice.
But yeah, no, to the rest of the pod fam, keep doing what you guys are doing. Always love listening to your pods. When I'm getting ready for this, I always listen to your pods and all that. Keep doing it for all the new pods and all the future pods that are coming out. Reach out to like Joseph and all that, and they're happy to help you get ideas, inspiration, all that kind of stuff. And definitely, and always remember, guys, support your local football team.
Essential. Don't ever forget where you came from. That's essential in football as well. We have an ethos for a reason. Tony?
I was going to say, shout out to Juventus Los Angeles, who posted on the Chiellini and Casey, pretty much of him being an original member, as we talked in the interview. So again, we are international, and they grew their things big as we did, and we're just going to keep getting bigger.
Wait, Juve recognized Casey? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Juve's Los Angeles. Remember how he was one of the original starters?
Yes.
So they posted a video of Casey with the Falcon next to Chiellini and shouted him out. So I just saw it, and again, trying to look up the news. So just wanted to give that shout out real quick, because again, we are all football fans in the North End, and again, LA is our first team, but we do grow and we do create other supporter groups in our own little circles with that as well.
Right. It's spread. We've come from somewhere. Now we're all together with LAFC, but all of us have connections to other clubs elsewhere before coming into this amazing club and journey together. But I'm so happy for Casey to hear that. Well earned, sir. I know he put in the work for Juve here. So, God, that's great to hear. That makes me really happy for him. For everyone else, thank you for representing the club amazing well. I've seen a lot of interviews out there with the press jumping in, y'all making us look really good with what you've said and what you've done so far. Keep it up. Put us in the best light possible. We are who we are. We're here in this position for a reason. So good on you guys. Thank you, everyone who listens to us week in and week out from day one. The faithful have always amazed me at their loyalty and their contributions each and every week with their comments. You guys are the fuel. So keep it up. We love every little bit of it. Looks like we'll definitely be in for 2 episodes, possibly next week. We'll see. I don't know. With announcements, you never know. We'll get it. For sure, Thursday is a thing, but we'll go from there. Again, thank you guys. You rock. It's time to go take care of some business. Go watch the game on Saturday. And then I'll see y'all at a hopeful press conference very, very soon. Final word of the day. We'll start with Tony.
Stay golden.
Bam.
Stay golden.
And from me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.